Gal Gadot has finally spoken out about the tension with Rachel Zegler following the disappointing performance of Disney's live-action Snow White. Her comments shed light on the behind-the-scenes challenges and Zegler's controversial behavior that affected the film's reception. Here are the key points summarizing the situation. Number 10. Tension between co-stars. The relationship between Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot, which had been friendly and professional during filming, soured in the months before Snow White was released. Following a joint appearance at the Oscars, Zegler made a disparaging Instagram comment referring to Gadot as a professional pageant queen. Many people saw this as a negative, which made the friction publicly apparent. Rumors of a feud were stoked by this remark, as well as their stark differences in personalities and political views. Disney executives reportedly stepped in to stop more media conjecture by limiting their joint appearances at promotional events because they were concerned about the unfavorable headlines. Number 9. Political differences. One of the main points of contention was the political difference between Zegler and Gadot. Former soldier and Israeli Gadot has been outspoken in her support of Israel, particularly in the wake of the October 2023 Hamas attack. Zegler, on the other hand, openly endorsed Palestine, most notably tweeting, "And always remember Free Palestine," soon after the release of the Snow White teaser in August 2024. Tensions between the two celebrities increased as Zegler's post provoked an instant outcry from pro-Israel followers, who saw it as a direct threat to Gadot's beliefs. Both sides called for boycotts as a result of the divisive political positions that split viewers and poisoned the environment surrounding the movie's advertising. Number 8. Professional but not friendly. Insiders have stressed that Gadot and Zegler had a professional working relationship during the Snow White filming, despite the public's image of a quarrel. On set, they were courteous and helpful, but they never became friends. Their meetings grew more awkward and tense as the movie's release date drew nearer, and the political and social media conflicts intensified. Disney made arrangements for the two actresses to attend different press events and restricted their chances of being photographed or interviewed together in order to prevent escalating unfavorable media storylines. Number 7. Public controversies. The fire was fueled by Rachel Zegler's vocal criticism of the first Snow White animated movie, which came out in 1937. She called the classic very out of date and said she didn't like how women were portrayed in it, calling the prince's actions stalking. Zegler stressed that the new movie will not be about a conventional love tale, but rather about Snow White's leadership and self-determination, representing a contemporary feminist viewpoint. Some critics and fans who loved the original movie and its nostalgic appeal were offended by these remarks. Number 6. Security concerns for Gadot. Gal Gadot received death threats after Zegler's pro-Palestine social media remarks because of her Israeli ancestry and her support for Israel. Disney was forced to give Gadot more security throughout the movie's promotional campaign because the threats got so bad. The risks that actors may encounter in the real world when political disputes affect their careers were brought to light by this development. In addition to increased protection, Disney's response involved behind-the-scenes initiatives to control the political impact and safeguard its celebrity. Number 5. Disney's damage control. In order to minimize bad press, Disney implemented a number of damage control strategies during the Snow White dispute. Only photographers and house staff were permitted to attend the film's premiere due to severe press access restrictions from the studio, which limited journalists' capacity to pose challenging questions. In order to prevent any open displays of animosity or direct conflict, Disney also purposefully kept Gadot and Zegler apart at promotional events. Notwithstanding these initiatives, the film's marketing campaign was complicated, and public trust in its success was weakened by the ongoing media coverage of the casting, political, and off-screen conflicts. Number 4. Box office disappointment. With an estimated price of $240 million to $270 million, the live-action Snow White remake was one of Disney's most costly films. Nevertheless, it only made about $205 million globally, making it a huge box office failure. Analysts blame this poor result on the combined impact of the problems, which include bad media coverage, political conflicts among the players, and outrage over Zegler's casting and remarks. Mixed reviews and lower attendance were the results of the film's feminist reworking and attempts to modernize the narrative. Number 3. Gadot's silence and subtle response. Gal Gadot made the decision to remain mainly silent and professional in public during the mounting crisis. She refrained from explicitly addressing the disputes or answering Zegler's remarks and posts on social media. Gadot instead prioritized marketing the movie and her other endeavors, indicating that she would rather keep her personal and political issues apart from her work. It was believed that she had chosen to remain silent in order to maintain her professionalism and prevent escalating the situation. Gadot's desire for peace without intensifying conflict was suggested by her subtly posted quotes on social media, such as one about love triumphing over hate, which was shared by Martin Luther King Jr. Number 2. Zegler's criticism and public image. Rachel Zegler's outspoken personality caused her public image to become more and more divided. Some critics and fans were offended by her outspoken political involvement and her critique of the misogyny in the first Snow White movie. Zegler also encountered racial criticism for playing Snow White, a figure who is typically characterized as having skin as white as snow. Conservative commentators took advantage of this to put doubt on Zegler's appropriateness for the part. Public opinion was further polarized by her frank social media statements, which included derogatory comments about Donald Trump fans. This confluence of circumstances led to boycott demands and complicated the film's reception, with some viewers disliking the remake's political undertones as well as its casting. Number 1. Impact on film promotion. The commercial campaign for the Snow White adaptation was overshadowed by the off-screen controversy surrounding Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. The film's artistic virtues were overshadowed by media narratives driven by political conflicts, casting backlash, and feminist retelling of the plot. Disney's cautious marketing approach, which included separating the stars, restricting press access, and controlling social media, mirrored the difficulties of promoting a contentious movie. The commercial and cultural success of a big studio release can be greatly impacted by behind-the-scenes tensions and political action, as demonstrated by the likely lowered public enthusiasm and critical reception caused by this environment. In summary, Gal Gadot has addressed the tension with Rachel Zegler by acknowledging the difficulties caused by Zegler's attitude and the surrounding controversies, which contributed to the troubled release and reception of Snow White. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.